In this topic, we'll be looking at the product-based planning technique. Product-based planning is step 2 in the planning process and is fundamental to achieving a concise and complete plan. This step is used to identify, define, and analyze the plan's products. Here we can see the Prince2 planning approach, which shows the 7 steps that were discussed in the previous topic, as well as a breakdown of the steps in defining and analysing the products, which is otherwise known as the product-based planning technique. In order to comprehensively define and analyse the project's products, we firstly need to write the project product description. This is an overall description of what the product is for the project. Once the project product description has been written, we create the product breakdown structure. We then write the product descriptions for each of the products in the product breakdown structure, followed by the creation of a product flow diagram. This can inform and provide the dependencies amongst the particular products and whether there is a sequence in which things need to get done. I now refer you to watch this video, which provides further information and another perspective on the Prince2 product-based planning technique. Here's an example of a simple product breakdown structure. Here we have a house. That's the product that is going to be produced for this particular example. What constitutes a house, or how can we break up a house into subproducts? We have foundations, walls, windows, doors, roof, and garden. Can we break any of those subproducts down any further? Yes. The walls we can classify as external and internal walls. The roof we can separate into roof trusses and roof tiles. Doors and windows are also broken down further into respective subproducts. So we are breaking up a product into subproducts. For each of these subproducts, you then need to write a project product description. Following on from that, then you can create a product flow diagram, which can visually show you what needs to be done and in what sequence it needs to be done. This is important because if you don't prepare this diagram in the correct sequence, there are a number of problems that can occur. For example, if you haven't laid the plumbing before you lay the foundation, you're not going to have a very functional house. So from any project's perspective, it's essential to have an overview of what the product is that you are delivering, but also to understand any interdependencies or dependencies amongst what you're creating. Here's an example of a product flow diagram for the house described in the product breakdown structure. It shows the sequence of when things need to be done. Take note that there's also a numbering convention being used between the product breakdown structure and this diagram. The subproducts that are at the lowest level in the product breakdown structure, which are highlighted in grey, are the ones that are represented in the product flow diagram. So you can see we start off with our foundations. We then build our external walls. Then a few things can happen at the same time. So if you are a builder or a project manager, this is really useful because it can tell you the sequence in which things need to get done. We can work on the external doors, the window frames, the roof trusses, and the internal walls at the same time. Once we've done that, we can think about the glass for the window frames, the tiles for the roof trusses, and the internal doors after we've done the internal walls. Once these have been done, we can think about the gardening. So this gives you a really good perspective on the products that need to be created and the dependencies amongst those different types of products.